It's Crew, also known as Araneae Storm, checking in. You already know what it is. It's your Cosmic Rootwork astrologer specializing in Mars activations as well as North Node and South Node consultations. So if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can hit me up at araneastorm.wix.com. All info below. My Mars activations, the tapestries on deck, the bottles, you feel me? Sooner than later, the candles, and sooner than later, that motherfucking merchandise. So y'all make sure y'all check that shit out. We just gonna jump right into it. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Do you feel me? To my Saturn and Pisces babies out there, not going to hold y'all. All right, let's get into it. So let's talk about Saturn first, and then we'll move into the energy of Pisces, and then you already know we kind of combine them in. You also want to make sure that you're checking the aspects. You know, this is general, but you want to check to make sure you're looking into the aspects, and you also want to make sure to see what house is moving through. We will be talking about the birth chart. We'll also be talking about the aspects and stuff like that as we move forward. But for now, let's get into it. All right. I feel like I don't edit my videos, but sometimes I be feeling like I want like a ding. What's good, y'all? No, we good. Anyway, too much. So Saturn. Let's talk about the energy of Saturn. I feel like I went in on the Saturn Aquarius video. So if y'all want to look at the Saturn Aquarius video to my Saturn and Pisces, I'm not trying to make it about Aquarius, but this is the energy that we're moving through right now. So I would definitely suggest you to go look at the Saturn Aquarius video just so you know collectively, you know, especially if you follow tropical or Western astrology, you can kind of see like what we're moving through as a collective right now. Just saying. But to my Saturns, okay, Saturn and Pisces, and just the energy of Saturn in general. This is the energy when we talk about Capricorn, and this is also the energy when we talk about Aquarius. You know, this is what we've seen throughout history, right? So everything from the limitations that we experiences within society, the government systems, traditions, legacy, generational wealth, you know what I mean? Time, you know, very, very nostalgic because it sits on the opposite side of Cancer. But, you know, Capricorn likes things to be in place. You know, Capricorn prepares and plans for things ahead of time before they happen. If you feel me, this is where we also, what's interesting though, this is also where we can talk about secret societies with Capricorn energy. I know we could talk about Scorpio with that shit too, but just secret societies. Also, this is very Aquarius energy as well. You know, if we just talk about the energy of Saturn, this is like that secret society energy. And this is also, you know, we're talking about cardinal air here, or cardinal earth here, and we're talking about fixed air. So, you know, Capricorn or just the Saturnian energy likes to get things started, ready to get started. Bitch, I got a little sick. Go ahead, plug. Right. I had to. But yeah, this Saturn energy can be very restricting, especially as you grow, as you're a kid, and then as you grow, because Saturnian energy is very elderly, it's older, it's just like the wise old man dropping gems on your head, you know what I mean, as a youngin', like, you start to learn these lessons as you get older. So, with Saturn here, this definitely comes with age, you know what I mean, like, Saturn wants you to learn the lessons so you don't have to keep experiencing the cycles over and over and over again. Saturn is the energy, it's very much so associated with the number 8, you know, that loop, those cycles, bam, 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 you know what I mean, the kind of drop-offs and come-ups and come-downs and things like that, you know. So Saturn's going to be here to teach you those lessons, you know what I mean. Saturn comes in to check your integrity, not to say, you know, it definitely got different energies to it, you feel me, but it will follow the fuck up. You feel me? So when we talk about Saturn returns, this is what we're talking about here. You have multiple Saturn returns in a lifetime, but this is what we're talking about when we're talking about your Saturn return energy. So to my babies that are in Saturn Pisces, you feel me? Bless. That's the first thing I want to say. Bless. Bless the babies. Bless the children, baby. Because y'all are literally the generation that is going to be restarting. Like, y'all are going to be it's like all of it's just a restart of energy. Very much so resetting the vibe before we get to like that one. Like, Aquarius kind of kicks off this new, you know, to my Saturn Aquarius babies, we kick off this new energy. Saturn Aquarius comes to bring in I feel like this sense of compassion that the world has been needing. I feel like Saturn in Pisces, has to learn how to be, learn how to maybe, okay, so I'll say this. Maybe when you were younger, you didn't really, your family could have been really restrictive of your beliefs systems, or, or they could have been very, if it wasn't necessarily strict to your belief systems, they didn't have a belief system at all. You just were kind of free to kind of explore what it is that you knew to be true, or to be true, and things like that, because it's a very highly spiritual sign. You could have definitely, with Saturn here, could have seen visions, or had very prolific dreams or prophetic dreams, or have had visitors from the other side, because once again Pisces lives in the spiritual world. So it's like you could have had visitors from the other side, people who have passed, should even telepathic communication, people that are still living, and hearing voices in your head. People probably top that shit up to schizophrenia, but really it was you actually hearing people's voices in your head. People telepathically communicating with you. People from the dead coming back on your shit like, yo, I got a message. Could you deliver it to my sister? Like, this is the energy of Saturn in Pisces. I feel like it is a need also to become more grounded in the feet, because Pisces rules the feet. So it's a needing to become more grounded to this material plane and this material earth. That's what Saturn will do. It'll ground your energy, so you're able to not only establish a spiritual presence in connection to your spirit guide. So this will be definitely heavily prevalent for y'all, to my Saturn in Pisces generation, of just like, like really connecting back to the roots of where you come from, and where you've been over the course of many lifetimes when you incarnated into this life, particularly into this life. This is definitely, I would say, an energy that makes you, just like Aquarius is kind of like this collective energy. We talk about like the upper echelon, or I talk about the upper echelon here. This is definitely like ascending. Like when we get to Saturn and Pisces, a lot of us are going to be ascending. We're ascending already with Aquarius, but we're going to be ascending to that new before we get to Saturn in Aries. A new energy of the soul, because we talk about the soul here, the soul going through its final transformation. The soul will be expanding out of the body and going into its, and I'm not just talking about a physical death. Like with Saturn here, you'll start to really see, especially like I said, whatever house is playing through, this ascension of your soul. A lot of people, I feel like, here will definitely, if they haven't already, be feeling like they have outer body experiences where they're like watching themselves, but they're not really there, because you are, I feel like, still with Saturn here, still trying to get in touch with that vessel, that body here. This is also too, because Pisces is such a vessel into the body through the feet, which is everything you touch. You walk around, unless you're walking on your knees and your baby, eventually you learn how to move with your feet. So I feel like this is going to be like the come to Jesus moment for a lot of people, to come back into their bodies, come back into their cells, come back into their vessels, and appreciate the divine masculine and the divine feminine, the duality of Pisces, the two fish that are essentially and intrinsically in all of us, in each of us. I also feel like this is going to be for y'all, or just the energy in general of Saturn and Pisces. This is a need to once again develop your spiritual gifts. You know what I mean? And also too, this is that journey alone. I'm not saying that you got to put yourself in pure isolation, but y'all are definitely going to be the ones that are being called as the healers of the generation after the Saturn Aquarius. We coming in kind of like tearing shit down, going, you know what I mean? Like we coming in to do some pretty, and not to say that Pisces don't put in that work, or Pisces doesn't have the warrior spirit either, but this is more so calling to heal, you know, before we, like I said, step back into that Arian, Saturnian, Saturn in Aries, warrior-like energy, warrior-like spirit, childlike energy. You know, this is going to be, y'all's generation is going to come into basically set us forth in a path of healing and oneness and connection with each other. It's, you know, the fishes aren't just the fishes just because swimming up one way and swimming up another, but in essence, Pisces, the energy of Pisces is looking for its other half. And it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody outside of yourself. It's just connecting back to essentially what is already you. You feel me? That's definitely Pisces energy for sure. This can also be a need to develop that sense of compassion. I know I kind of spoke on it at the beginning, but just a level of that divine feminine energy, of softness and being gentle with others as you would be gentle with yourself, or trying to be gentle with yourself. This is a need, I feel like, because Pisces is really out of the box energy. It's mutable water. It's very ever changing. This is also learning how to go with the flow. You know, a lot of people, we have lived through cycles and cycles of like having everything all figured out, knowing what the next move is going to be, doing this, doing that, making sure, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with having a plan. I just think with Saturn and Pisces, and we're just talking about the energy of Saturn and Pisces, Saturn is going to want to restrict you from going with the flow. You feel me? It's going to want to restrict you from doing the natural thing that whatever sign it's in, or whatever house it's in. But you're going to have to learn that sometimes, instead of having everything all laid out for you, that sometimes you just kind of have to take things as they are. That's very much so Pisces energy, is just taking things as they are and just going with that and just kind of seeing what happens. You know what I mean? I give an example sometimes. I don't know if it's necessarily Pisces, but I just give the example of like, you going somewhere with no agenda. You just going out with no agenda. You know what I mean? You've maybe talked about being like a musician. You know what I mean? And you've done shows, and you know what I mean? You've played at different places and stuff like that. But I feel like this energy is more so like, you go out, no agenda in mind. You just going out because you just want to have a good time. You're looking for, you know, just some excitement or whatever. You end up meeting somebody that knows somebody that's an executive producer over somebody that you know what I mean? I don't know why I want to say Jay-Z's album, or, you know what I mean? Like it and then you like, and like, yeah, you do music. Oh, that's dope. Da da da. That's what's up. You feel me? That's crazy. Da 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 da. I know somebody. Da da da. Let me put you in touch. Da da da. And then next thing you know, you on a whole world tour. You on a whole world tour. You on a whole stage. You got, you know what I mean? Like, you traveling all around the world. You doing what you said you wanted to do. But the fact that you even put the intention out to do it in the first place, now it's manifesting. You know, Saturn or just Piscean energy is like literally the gift of motherfucking gab. The words that you speak, Pisces, the things that you think, the things that you manifest, because we're talking about to the 12th house here when we talk about Pisces, which is the subconscious. You know, this is going to be the subconscious clearing for a lot of y'all. But like, I completely missed. Oh, okay, I'm back. Gemini shit. What the fuck? Gemini shit. I'm sorry, y'all. What was I saying about subconscious clearing energy? Subconscious. Like, I just blown my whole subconscious out, which is, oh, what you speak. What you say and what you speak. We back. What you say and what you speak. You know what I mean? Because those things, it's, you know, Pisces and Taurus are like the master manifestors. So you want to be very careful as to what you say and what you're saying about. And it's not even just with you, but with other people, because those things quickly manifest into your life. And if you don't know that shit now, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, before you even go through your Saturn return, this is a definitely natural superpower that you have. So, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you got to be obsessive over the things that you necessarily want or need in your life, but just know that the universe is making them checks. The universe is making them stops. You feel me? So definitely, I would definitely say for this also to look to see what your 12th house is in relation to your Saturn Saturn placement here. See what's aspecting, if anything's aspecting your Saturn and Pisces from your 12th house, because that's definitely energy that you can work with during this time. And yeah, I think that's my whole synopsis. We have finally concluded the Saturn sign series. I hope y'all have enjoyed. Let me know what you think. We're gonna be moving into Uranus. And then I think we'll do Pluto, and I think we'll finish it out with Neptune. So yeah, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's a rainy storm checking in, checking out without a motherfucking doubt. We out. Deuce.